When I was a kid, I had the Battletoads game for NES. I don't remember how, when, or why I got that game, but I did, and I enjoyed it. I was super into the Ninja Turtles at the time, so that might have had something to do with it. One day I was at my cousin's house, and he had a Battletoads VHS tape. Again, I don't know why, when, or how he got it, but he did, and I only ever saw it once, and it mysteriously vanished. But with another Battletoads game coming out pretty soon, I thought it would be a good time to take another look at it. Immediately, the theme song tells you pretty much everything you're about to watch is explained by the Beach Boys, and wait. No, that can't be right. David Weiss was a composer for Rare and actually worked on Battletoads. There's no way he wrote this episode too, right? Well, yeah, that's correct. It's a totally different person. But what are the odds that two people with the same name worked on two different forms of media for the same franchise? My mind is kind of blown right now.
All is lost! No, Princess Angelica, you are the last star child of the blood!
Getting back to the show, the damsel and this little exposition machine are being attacked by the main villain, who looks very much like a prostitute.
Who could possibly save her now?
We cut to our main characters, a nerd, a vampire apparently, and a fat kid who hates sleeves. They're being yelled at by their principal for being losers.
You three are the biggest losers in the history of Waldo P. Oxnard Junior High.
Yeah, the 90s were rough. We get a few scenes showing off the personalities of these characters. There's the dumb one, the stupid one,
That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, except for you.
Yeah!
and the idiot.
I could be a great leader. I mean, if I knew how, that is. If I had any experience at it. Ah!
From there, you go right back into space and...
Professor T-Bird, why have you brought us to this horrible place?
Wait, she sounds familiar. I want to say Bulma, but not that atrocious 1998 Funimation one.
Not too fast, you guys. This place gives me the creeps.
Ocean dub. Yep, there it is. Making all kinds of discoveries today. The duck and Bulma find a jar of ancient frog jizz. Seriously, that's what he's saying, right?
The genetic essence of the Battletoads!
Well, they take that and are somehow transported to Earth via arcade machine. No explanation whatsoever. And they spray that toad load all over the kids. Oh my god, Alex Jones was right. They turn into the Battletoads and the bad guys appear out of a Slurpee machine. Now, I want you to watch this scene. The direction, animation, pacing, and even the voice acting are horrible. Even for the pilot for a series of 21-minute toy commercials. It's not even bad like they didn't know what they were doing, it seems intentionally bad. Why zoom in on these magazines and cut?
The greatest hero.
Why show her walking before grabbing the princess?
Help!
Why this long, awkward reaction? Why this?
Lady.
Battletoads? T-Bird, what manner of illusion is this?
This begins our first real action scene, and it's pretty accurate to the video game.
Powers. I'm a psychorenic skull-scratching super toad, man!
Nice hands, Dave.
What? Nice hands? Why did he say it that way? If you found out your friend could suddenly enlarge his fist, you wouldn't be like, nice hands, Dave. Unless he had plans for those hands later on, which, I mean, if that's what he's into, sure, but now is not the time. So the bad guys are defeated by 7-Eleven products.
Taste cold slushy, bigoids!
Can't believe they didn't get a brand deal out of this, and they run away. After learning they can change form anytime they want, we get some of the most egregious catchphrases of the 90s.
Psychotronic!
Incredible.
Cosmorific!
The next one, though, is something I've been telling myself for years.
Let's get normal!
The boys take the princess and chick into a teacher's house to hide them, and I imagine this is how the TV executives reacted when the show was being pitched to them.
Oh,
The bird fixes a car, and the princess gets a job at a donut shop with some wacky results.
hey, watch it with the jelly donuts!
Forgive me. I am new to Oxnard and know little of these jelly donuts.
Totally worth the time and money it took to animate that scene. The bad guys show up again and have a very Saturday morning cartoon battle complete with some very cheesy dialogue.
It's time to pop a zit, and squeeze a pimple, and scratch a rash!
During all of this, the evil stripper kidnaps the princess.
You won't get away with this. The Battletoads will follow you across the galaxies.
I doubt that very much.
One Back to the Future reference later,
Where we're going, we don't need tires.
the Toads are off to save her. The first and really only obstacle between the Battletoads and the princess is this giant cylinder with pegs sticking out of it. What is the point of this? Is that supposed to be a trap? Is that the only way to get to the higher floors? Is it there only to provide a challenge? Like if somebody makes it all the way up, does the evil queen just give up? And I know I'm spending way too much time talking about this, so let's move on.
You're finished.
In a pig's eye!
Oh, what the fuck? Why would they even do that if they could just cut through the ceiling? So now the queen has to actually fight the Battletoads, and what's her special move?
I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
I wonder what the other Toad is up to.
Works every time!
Ah, yeah, works every time. I imagine smashing a mutant space cow with an anvil would work. I just can't imagine a scenario where that comes up more than once or twice. The Toads take a little satellite thing and use it to shoot the cylinder.
That's the main power shaft!
As 3 school children in space for their first time, I have to wonder how they knew that. The Dark Queen, instead of using her unbeatable spinning technique to stop them, reacts with this. The heroes escape and the queen is powerless. But she has a plan. Apparently the plan is so good she has to just mount the cow.
I will muster my last remaining power reserves and destroy them with the Whipsaw.
The Wizard?
The Whipsaw.
The Wind Scar?
The Whipsaw.
I have no idea what she's saying, but I'm guessing we're gonna find out. Apparently it had something to do with a saw because they use a giant saw to cut through them all. Was this show set in our present day? Because there is nobody at that mall. The Battletoads break into the ship and are quickly surrounded by enemies with laser guns or satellite dishes or whatever. Everyone standing in a circle just shoots towards the center, which is always an excellent idea. The bad guys get away and the people of Earth just kind of accept the existence of aliens, talking birds, and the fact that 3 humans suddenly have the power to turn into large amphibians. So that was the only episode of Battletoads ever produced. It aired on TV in 1992 but was never picked up for a full series, but I'm not really sure why. I mean, yeah, the direction and animation aren't great, the main characters' voices are incredibly annoying, the catchphrases are unbearable, the humor mainly consists of awkward slapstick and gibberish, but it was made for kids. Even the most popular cartoons at the time are kinda hard to watch now.
But I don't want to conquer this place. I want to conquer Earth.
Don't get me wrong, this is garbage, but I would still rather watch this than the fucking Wild West Cowboys of Moon Mesa. Hey everyone, I hope you liked this video. If you want to see more reviews on cartoons based on video games, let me know in the comments. Follow me on all social media at CrashLove Gaming, and if you like Smash Bros, join me for a stream sometime. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.